Hello everybody, how are you today? Before I go any further, just apologize for the last stream there. I felt really bad at the end that I don't normally stream this late. I realized that, and I figured there's probably a bunch of people that would have really enjoyed being able to catch a stream late like this. So I figured I would push it back and we could do this tonight. I'm actually feeling pretty good, but we are definitely closing in on Siege's bedtime. So how's everybody doing? Again, sorry about the last one. That won't happen again. I can't say for certain that things aren't going to happen with my streaming stuff and videos being pushed back because I want to make sure everything's right on them. That stuff's going to continue to happen, but me just randomly putting, something like that, well, that's going to be the last time. So, good to see everybody. This was quite the week for development, Doktor. I have to admit.
That's a promise.
There is a bunch of stuff. So I figured what I would do is I have a lot of moving pieces in here. So please, if you can hear something or something, let me know up front. That way I can address it as quick as possible. Well, I mean, at this point, everything is on the table, I would say, as far as potential things. Is it all a dream? But, oh, thanks. You like that? Yeah, it's like I got the dark sector gear on, but I figured I'd keep it a little fresh with the X. So, some stuff happened, right? The fact that I'm even here is a big deal. But what we ended up getting, which I think is fantastic, is more stuff, right? Put this on. We'll give you a little that going on, just a little bit. Don't want it to be too loud, you know. But you get a little party of your lifetime. So there's some really crazy things that went down this week, and I love how Warframe is kind of just moving between different forms of media to kind of do it, right? First and foremost, Twitter it's a pretty big deal as far as this ARG is concerned. So we've been getting all kinds of really interesting things. First and foremost, we remember from the last week, right? I think that the last time we were all together, we had just figured out this whole. We basically have the entirety of the Kinapages that we're going to get, I believe. I don't think there's anything more that we were able to see in the files. So essentially, yeah, that comic's going to come out, so we'll probably go over that too. We're going to have to. There's a bunch of stuff going on. It's a good time to be a Warframe-er, if you will. But what was interesting about this was like the last thing that we did when we were all together, and I was kind of really curious to see how they were going to do this, and they didn't disappoint. I believe the comic is canon. Yeah, that's as far as I know. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be, because I know that the Rel comic and the comic with Vor and the ghouls, that's all canon too. So, is the music too loud, guys? If it is, yeah, yes, I can. Yes, I can do this. Hold on one second. I will do it right now. That is weird. Sorry, guys. I was just looking at my stream here, and it was freaking out, so I couldn't see exactly what was on the screen. Um, Let me put this in here real quick for you guys. So if you do want to follow along, I'm going to put it in the description. ARG. What are they calling this thing? Sorry, just give me 1 second. Then, like I said, if you guys want to check this out yourself, you can see all the information, and more importantly, I think everybody who's kind of chimed in to help along the way, and it's pretty crazy, actually. So let's see here. All right, check it out. It should be in the thing. Okay, so Grim, I'll be getting into that, what you just brought up in the video that I teased out yesterday. Because it was actually a point of contention. If you do the new war, I had to replay the new war to get some footage there. Seeing her hand, especially in her weakened state, is very strange. Especially when we're talking about. There's one scene in particular where I think it's the first Archon shard. You get a really good look, like when she's consuming it. King of Fire, did that show up for you? Just want to make sure. Anyway, you at that point you can see very clearly something that I'm going to be bringing up in my video that I don't know. You wouldn't notice it in the beginning with her hand, but once you go back and actually, you know what you're looking for, it becomes a little bit more obvious, I think. One of the other things that was interesting, I can't remember. I'll have to. Hey, Haiju, how are you? I can't remember which commenter explained this to me, but it was weird. So I was redoing the new war, and everything in the new war is all like take, you know, when you're in there, your orbiter's not your orbiter. But for some reason, the 1999 kiosk thing exists there. And you know, you'd think, oh well, you know, they just they put it in there and they want, you know, just so people could see it and go back to the demo and whatnot. But why is it the only thing that stays? It's very strange. I know, it's definitely weird. Anyway, getting back to where we were. I apologize. You know how I can get off on tangents with this stuff. I want to read this to you real quick, and then we will go to what's significant about it. Okay. So this is contact. This is how unfortunate. It would appear my fire break was insufficient to the task of sealing off this unsightly ordeal. Playing with such an invasive organism as if it were common clay, gauging the limits of its creative ability for the purposes of popular entertainment. Folly. Worse than that, a waste of precious time. As this site now appears able to lure fresh meat into its charnel halls, unintentionally, I might wager, as it mindlessly mimics data long since absorbed, it has become too dangerous to leave to simple quarantine. Even scraps of technology derived from these aborted tests will already be infested. The very source code is now amenable to contagion. That last paragraph right there is really messed up when you think about it. Like, you know, they're insinuating that, like, War Sector is essentially infested code and more. Dark Shotgun, it could be. I don't know. Like I said, I think if we're talking about the thing in the New War, it's weird. It looks so strange. But a little bit forward here. Wasting even more time, I'm working on a solution. If you are reading this, you must remain in contact. Look for a dead drop on the city's metro in 1 day's time. I will leave new instructions for you there. Right? So, sure enough, if you go back to, I think it was like a day later, right? If you go back to the Twitter page, you can head here. Hold on, let me turn this off, because we're going to need to hear this. So, it's basically, you know, it says status update. Service rerouted from nearest Avenue Station to Augusta Station until 2 p.m. due to temporary tech rot obstruction. Right? Seems pretty normal. But then, you can click on the phone and it really doesn't do much. You can kind of go around. Now, this says we are watching. I believe that's what that says. Almost certain. And further, there is a contact and a number, right? So, remember we were talking about the dead drop, right?
Congratulations. If you are hearing this message,
Can everybody hear that?
you are now the unsavory business, but the messages you have decrypted thus far were left intentionally. This was, you are my failsafe against this old dead-end experiment. The solution is simple, but requires the addition of a signal not
I can call it
found
again
in
if you want to hear it again.
reality. Unfortunately, our connection will remain interrupted until you cancel the busy signal. All you need to do is hang
Call it again.
it up.
So, what do you think about that? Certainly. So, what do you think about that? Certainly.
Congratulations. If you are hearing this message, you are now the best hope to thwart an existential threat against your species. I do not have time to care who you are or why you stumbled into this unsavory business, but the messages you have decrypted thus far were left intentionally. This was, you are my failsafe against this old
I don't know why, but
dead-end experiment. The solution is simple, but requires the addition of a signal not found in your reality. Unfortunately, our connection will remain interrupted until you cancel the busy signal. All you need to do is hang it up.
Gamer Trio and J-Ron, wait, you're saying the audio is messed up? Well, I think, Grim, that it's indicative of, I don't know if it's supposed to be like just the message is old and thus like maybe corrupted. Dark Shotgun? Yes, as a matter of fact, he is. Give me a second though, because unfortunately my character has already kind of done it, you know. But we will go to the where that's at least. So let's head there. So we're gonna go, and let me switch my display up a little bit here. Okay. So now So, essentially, the first time that you came to Hollvania, after you did that, you could come here.
Yeah, we can hold this place.
and you would hear like a busy signal right here. And by going in, this phone was actually off the hook, right? I don't know if you could get into this one. I don't know which relay I'm even in. I could look. But this thing was off its hook. Off the hook. You could put that back on.
We need more show points.
And we're gonna go in a little bit further and see. Yeah, I love this game. But there's one other thing that was a little bit different this time than the last. And for those that haven't done it yet, you might want to go and grab this. So, going back to the stage here, checking out all those dancing peeps. It's tough to say. That's a good question, OJ. So, and that's actually, Gamer, that's where we're headed right now. So, it's hidden really well. Oh, yeah. Syra, I'll be getting into that in my video, too. So, you come here, and this looks a little bit odd, but what's interesting is there is a hole down here. And amidst all the tech rot, there's a new little area, and there is a glyph that you can get right here. This thing's actually off originally. Take it, and Drippy shows up. Hey, Sarash, how are you, buddy? One other thing I wanted to make mention of before we leave this area here too, because there's really nothing else in here, but it's something that I haven't really talked much about, and it's this poster in particular. Look at the floor before the entry. All right, I will in a second. Hold on. Now, according to, I have the translations of a lot of this stuff up already somewhere. Yeah, because I'm still not completely fluent with this language. Like I can, some of it looks very familiar, and some of it like I can't do. So, this was basically one of the ones that was talking about the concept of, is your neighbor still your neighbor, or is he contaminated, right? And then that's what the top thing says. It says, is your neighbor still your neighbor, or is he contaminated? And then it says, make the call and keep us all safe. Now, I just think it's really interesting that everything that we're doing has to do with making a phone call and to supposedly keep things safe. But furthermore, this really does have a potential double meaning when you think about it. When we're talking about, is your neighbor still your neighbor? Sure, we could be talking about, the infested aspect of it, or we could also be going the other way, and is your neighbor still your neighbor could be referring to the doppelganger situation that we, seem to be having an issue with in all kinds of different areas of the game. Furthermore, what I thought was weird about this, you get the floppy disk in the middle. That's the connection, obviously, right? Actually, we don't know if phone calls are safe at all when you really think about it. But does this not look like almost like Cthulhu? Like that type of, if I guess what I'm getting at is Lovecraftian. You got the hand, but then these like tentacles coming around. And I realize that it's supposed to be, alluding to you know, essentially the infestation and whatnot and how it looks. But I can't help but even, or at least question the concept that this infestation seems to be void attuned. There's a good point. Who's giving it to whom? I like that too. You know, and I don't know. I just feel like this one is of particular significance. Furthermore, I think there's a major stress on earphones here. Hey, Yeetbot, how are you? I'll show you. So you have this whole like ad about in regards to this particular one here, right? Oh, you wanted me to look at it. As soon as we get down, we will do this. Yeah, this is all. It's like, you know, you got mechanical and organic just blended in. It's kind of gross. Oh, there's something else I want to show you guys too while I'm here. I think it's a good idea. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You know what else is cool? Something else that somebody mentioned. Look at this. What? And it's almost like you can make the case that the infestation is literally eating the stone too. Like there's just nothing that the Technosite can't go through. Oh, we're finding all kinds of good stuff. You wait, there's going to be some interesting little things I'm going to show you today. If I can just get on here. Okay. So, first, we know that there's going to be some significance with all the flowers, right? First thing, I've only been able to locate, and anybody let me know if there's anything that... No, we'll get into the description too in a second. I don't know. McCarthy's. That's an interesting concept there. I wouldn't download a car, would yeah, we'll get into it here. Hold on. So, this is the only telephone I can find off the hook here. I don't know if that has significance or not, but I was kind of hoping that would, it would, I don't know. There'd be a reason why one of them was off, especially with hanging up something else, but so far, nothing. Also, let's see if you can see it from here. There.
The boss says care for his sister. I care for his sister.
It really does think, and it seems like all these posters are essentially from, like all the wall, these like framed ones are all from Dark Sector. Is that correct, everybody? All right, check this out. Look at the infestation behind the wall. Does it not look like it's like just one big beating heart? Well, it's almost Proto-Excal-Skin. I got my little Xbox face on. But it's pretty creepy in there. I thought that was an interesting little catch right there. See, and here's another one. You see how like dare I say that like this, to me that seems really Lovecraftian in the way that it's portrayed, way more than the infestation. I don't know. You tell me. We can see the bikes real quick. Oh, I don't know if they're going to make that like front and center, but Albert himself has already essentially made it so that oh, that's a good point. Where is the heart? Yeah, because this would be like a different dimension, right? But Albert had mentioned that the hex are all void attuned, meaning that, as I understand it, they've been essentially introduced to the infestation and the void. I mean, how else could you explain the Warframe powers? What do you mean? When did the... Oh, hey, what's up? How did you get in here? Nice. That's possible. See, that was another thing I was hoping people could pick out, because I'm sure that they changed some stuff here. Like I said, well, if you're not here, somebody's wearing your face. Every other phone's on the hook. I liked, Rebecca mentioned too that this is like a warped... Apparently this is like a warped variant of our reality. And she even said, she made mention of the, the 3 headlights type thing, which was something I actually mentioned too when we were here. I thought that was pretty cool how they're doing this. So, as I understand it, the way that it seems like it's working, there's definitely void powers within. Like, heck, whenever you see Arthur uses, all of his abilities, those abilities are those are void powers. Well, I mean, it is interesting that their digital extremes is also like DE, and I'm curious now if DE actually had planned this the whole time, or if this just was a lucky coincidence. But isn't it an interesting thing that DE is an acronym for both Digital Extremes and Doktor Entrati? So there's all sorts of situations like, perfect example is, hold on, let me get back to it. One second, let me flip the screens around here. I got all kinds of things going on right now. So, when you shut your computer down, right? When DEOS comes up, is that Digital Extremes OS, or is it Doktor Entrati OS? And now, with the introduction of the concept that Digital Extremes is in this universe as a kind of, which we got to get into something else here too. I almost forgot this. Where is this? Was super cool. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to go over this because I thought it was pretty interesting. This was something else that was this was on put out on Twitter here. Super cool. Okay, so yeah, this is where we ended up getting the code for document 6, but I didn't show this last time, and I definitely wanted to put this out there because I thought this was fantastic. And in fact, there's some interesting little things here. Where was the one thing? Yeah, okay. This is where we got the information for one of the pages, as was mentioned in the chat. What was interesting is it just, they showed it there. It's like you could see it just for like half a second. There's a couple different words that come up. I'm trying to think, what's this one mean? I think this one says tech rot. And then, where is the other one? Yeah, I think, is this one it? I think this one is Firebreak, and Firebreak was the password. I don't know, we might be able to transfer. So, yeah, so essentially, this led, that's so cool, to this changing. So now the eye kind of moves around, right? And what you can do is, I think I have another one over here. Hold on. Set up. So originally it said log in, okay? But then if you log in with your password, you know, when you go in this time, there's a lot more stuff going on. So it says, good, the stage is set, as it were, but the signal must be spread. I will share more details in a manner similarly encoded as my messages up to this point. Once you have the proper order, enter it here. I have secured, appropriately enough, a most viral medium to carry the signal. Yet you will need to work in tandem to boost its reach. Find as many like-minded individuals as you can to enter the code. Do not fail. So there's all kinds of little things going on here. But just on the surface, I mean, does anybody else look at this and say to themselves, like, what? Shouldn't we check and see if we should just be rapidly spreading this viral signal out to everything? Like maybe thinking about it before actually doing it? Yes, this is actually a community effort thing. And you get way more good stuff. So apparently there's something else you can do too. Oop. If you go back into, I think it is the, where is the Big Bites Pizza? Ah, there we go. Okay, so after all this, there is new information on the web, right? It's actually pretty crazy when you think about it. You got all kinds of new stuff. Let's see, do they have... I didn't actually get a chance to look at this yet. I wanted to kind of look at... Oh, you guys. They don't have the devil's bargain here. So, a couple interesting things. One of the things that I was almost certain that you can do... Let's just check to make sure. 555-2983. I don't know if this is going. Yeah, so I think we're all getting the picture of how dangerous this whole situation is, especially the way that it's being portrayed. That this source code can pretty much just be utilized in such a way that it can infect things apparently just from like listening. And that's actually one of the things that I was wanted to kind of talk about is, let me just head back here.
One day, Ellie.
Where is Owie's place? So, if you look around Hollvania, you're going to see this is everywhere, really. There is a focus on all kinds of pretty much the same kind of headphones. They're everywhere. And with the whole thing, well, her infatuation with online is probably not a good thing to begin with. But given the fact that this is this and potentially some other things, it looks like Entrati or whoever's doing this, whoever is the progenitor of the of the different things that are going on, be it the source code, the infected source code, or the pizza. There are these like multiple different like methods by which everything is being infected. And it just makes me curious, or I can't say too much, but it keeps making me believe that us blindly doing what Entrati wants may not be like the best thing, if you will. And what do you think about that? Because that's essentially what we've done since Whispers in the Walls. We've just taken everything that he said and we've just done whatever he said. We haven't really questioned anything. Interesting. Geekbot. Yeah, that's definitely a personality trait that he doesn't seem to exhibit too frequently. Oh, nice. But he does kind of talk about No, I didn't do anything with the image of the flowers on the screen yet, but it's something that that's on my plate. Well, I mean, that's definitely possible. And again, so I've been actually trying to look this up a little bit with Half-Life and Gordon Freeman and that whole thing, and I'm convinced. Okay, so from what I figured out, or from what I read at least, apparently they are very lenient with utilizing that IP. So it was apparently it was a nice, easy thing for DE to use without having to worry about too many like copyright problems or anything else like that. But I keep thinking that within that, old Gordon, if he wasn't late, a lot of the stuff that happened wouldn't have happened. And not to mention that there's the whole kind of like multiple dimension situation that goes on in there. And then on top of it, can anybody else kind of see a correlation between Entrati and the G-Man, and like what the G-Man's supposed to be in the Entrati and what he's kind of supposed to be exactly, you know? I would even say that I would be surprised if the voice actor for Entrati, Stefan Rudnicki, wasn't told to model his voice somewhat off of the G-Man, because if you listen to the G-Man, they do kind of sound. I don't know. I don't want to say it's alternate universe. I mean, you could say that they're in the same universe, I suppose, but I don't think it's supposed to be a big like connection to Half-Life. I think it's more supposed to be kind of just alluding to the concept that was in there. Does that make sense? I think that's where that whole thing. I think it's just kind of like a. Well, Randall, we've blindly followed the Lotus, but maybe one of the questions that we have to consider is who leads the Lotus? So there you go. But there's way more stuff. Yeah, this ARG was amazing, by the way. So let's go back now that we gone off track, like you know how I like to do. We'll go back here and put this back on. All right. So let's go back in here. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. All right, so when you first look at this screen, there's really nothing else that can be done. That's a lot of years. But you can put in these genetic sequences, right? So, what those essentially refer to you see these little things going on here? Every single one of the hex has them. And before, I don't think they were colored like this. They were just lines. And I personally, I knew that they were going to have some meaning, but I didn't think that they were going to do what they ended up doing. That's pretty crazy. So, hey, Rays, how are you? Thank you for coming. So, crazy enough, it's nuts what they did here. I'm going to put it up on the screen. These are genetic codes for each one of the characters, okay? And, I mean, the amount of work that had to go into this is just absolutely crazy. I'd like to find out who figured this specific thing out, because this is impressive. I don't have any names here. I'm not seeing any names tied to this, and I feel bad because, like I said, this is really impressive. So, if you go through, you get the adenine, guanine, taurine, and cytosine. Basically, the genetic building blocks there, and they each have their own little. They each have their own little code, right? And you can put these in. I haven't done this yet. Let's see if I can just copy, or do I have to like? Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Well, because I don't want to. I wonder if it matters if I do it. I mean, this is crazy. It really is. This is just nuts. But it's amazing at the same time. How can you not love this? Yeah. Okay. Let me look in here and make sure that I have the right. Oh. Looks like it says no solution exists at this time. Yeah, I probably should have read that, huh? But still, very interesting. Oh, you know what? And now let's do that. 'Cause I think somebody else actually already talked about this. So we're going to leave the mall, and we're going to go see Drippy's. Oh, nice. Profile. Change your glyph. It looks like you're customizing your profile. Add a bit of 1999 retro flair to your account with KOL's own Drippy. Oh, you know what? Let me do one thing here. I need my... So, chat, who do you have as KOL? Absolutely. It's absolutely. And during the little... So, yes, there's, if I'm not mistaken, there's a spectrograph within here. I'm not 100% certain on that. Kinematic Online. There you go. Very nice. Very nice indeed. What's the L one, though? I actually liked that for a second, the KOL being Requiem mods, too. But unfortunately, yeah, I think the last one. Oh, thanks, Dave. You know what? It's it's just one of those games that it's easy to love Warframe because the developers of the game have basically been the same people throughout, and they love the game, and so you can see their passion come through, and you know it's hard not to be passionate about something that other people are passionately making. It's probably the best way for me to describe it. Yeah, I know that there is. I thought that there was something in that glyph. But even as far as I can see, oh, you know what? That's one thing. So check this out, too. This was actually what led us back to the website. But even though it would appear that all of the people... I mean, the people at Hollvania, the Hex, they would have to be eating the pizza, right? And I'm going to show you why here in a second. I mean, either they just don't care and are all about just leaving old-ass pizza just everywhere. Which, I mean, I guess you could make that argument, right? But, like, pardon my French, but, you know, if you're just going to let pizza sit there like this right here... If Arthur isn't the one eating this, then the only other thing I can think is like that this is like the oldest pizza that was just like there before whatever happened.
That's a win.
Right? So let's just assume. Well, that's possible. But again, then what? Then there's some dirty people then.
Bottled water, like sodding gold dust.
And I guess my point is that it's true that they may be able to resist, but what happens if they're not able to resist? Do you know what I'm saying? Because again, these are still proto frames, so we don't really know what the story is. We don't know where they're at with their transformation. You know, and
I
in,
got nothing to prove to you, Quincy.
really
Play
think
your
about
little
it, they
games,
look fairly human, aside from, you know, the technocyte armor that they're wearing.
That's it. Nice and
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, areas that you hang around. Like, if you're gonna be there, if you're gonna be hanging out in this space over here, wouldn't you take the time to, like, get rid of the 13-year-old pizza that's there, or even like 6-month? It just if no other reason, just to get it out of your way. Again, if not, you know, it's some dirty stuff. It's kind of gross, if you ask me. Like, I can see this area not being cleaned. Okay, totally, I get that. Even though that's, you know, it's not bad in there. I think, you know, you could even make the case. Oh, look! This is what I was talking about before. So it's like you got headphones everywhere, and the first thought was that, like, oh, hey, they just come, they're just part of. Oh, look, there's another phone too. What does that say? Same thing. Let's look behind Arthur.
one day, Ellie. No more roadblocks and checkpoints. Just you and me and the bikes.
You know what?
Open road
If
from
I'm
the
not
hills.
mistaken, is this
All this
not the
bullshit far
exact
away.
same board that's
swear
in the
to God.
Netrocell? Everybody got their headphones.
We'll find you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That's a promise.
I bet you do want one. That's the thing. I don't think you should want one, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it might be kind of dangerous to want one. It's like, just... Oh, you know, excuse me. There's one other thing. Somebody else mentioned it. I think it's in... Yeah. Okay, so
Thinks he's gonna wake up one night to find
I guess we are insinuating, right, that right now in Hollvania, it is the year 2000 midnight plus. You know, is that, can we assume this with all the clocks being basically what? Right?
Howie,
Because it is weird.
she's lovely and kind.
Well,
and strong.
see now, if I'm not mistaken, in Whispers in the Wall, it says 11:54, and it's like the longest minute ever. And then it's 11:54 the entire time that we're there in Whispers in the Walls, okay? And then Arthur loses consciousness. Kalimos comes downstairs, and then it's 11:59. And then here, and I think there's some other clocks too. I don't think this is just the only one. Well, there are quite a few in here.
I don't think Dr. Entrati expected
It's a
me
weird
to
store.
survive.
They sell clocks and home furnishing. I wonder the same thing. Okay, so that's definitely from Dark Sector. I think that is from Dark Sector, right? I just feel like they put so much of Dark Sector into this. And I know they're calling it a War Sector, but like, come on. Yeah, it's like it's at the time. Again, that's, well, we think he was elsewhere. I don't know. I just feel like there's a reason why he keeps saying over and over again in the different aspects of the deeper lore that he's not sure who came out. To me, that has absolute substance to it, and I don't know, it's just, I can't, oh, I wanted to say something. My next video, the delay on it, is definitely my fault, right? But, it's also DE's fault. Here's why. I had a script pretty much finished. And as I was putting the finishing touches together, DE dropped all kinds of stuff with this ARG. And I don't know if this is going to make you excited or not, but everything that they've dropped has essentially been in line with what I had already been writing. So I felt it weird not to include this stuff because it's like it's literally right in front of us. The only other thing that I was really looking for, that one of the commenters said, I think it was in the last stream, had made the comment that Entrati's Orcan Eye, which I assumed was this thing, was showing up when Ballas was speaking. And so I had to replay the new war to find out. And unfortunately, I didn't see what I thought I interpreted that person to be saying. Oh, hey, Heather, thank you. Appreciate that. But well, you'll see whenever this thing actually comes out. So. Is it now? Good. That's in there too, by the way. That's in there too. The only thing I'm not certain on, the only thing in my video that's a little weird, that I'm personally not completely 100% on, is the timing of a particular incident. But I am dead certain. I did actually. We checked that out. It plays something. I can't remember. Hold on. Boop. 5552983. Oh yeah, is it too low? My voice is too low? It's probably because my head's spinning around. I have all kinds of stuff open right now. It's a really good question, Jaron. Can you hear me now? How is it? Still super low? Oh, here, you know what I didn't do? I probably didn't put it back on. Okay. There's really nothing else. I didn't try the DE Studio number. Oh, I had this phone. I absolutely had this phone right here. In fact, you know, it's funny. I was actually trying to find it because I think I still have it somewhere. The only thing is I took the original casing off. Yeah, we just did it. The pizza number. I'll do it again. I mean, I've done it so many times now that I actually. Oh, I must have hit the one. Three. 2983. Not bad. I think I screwed it up to begin with. There it is. This is the website. Amazingly enough, though, like I said, see, mine was blue. I took this thing off. I remember because you could, like, back in the day. I bet you a lot of you guys probably didn't have these phones. So what you would do is you would take the cover and the back off. And then you could, like, get all kinds of different. What hint came out today? I don't know if are we talking about the only other one that I want to get to today is with online. Apparently, there's a. We'll go into it in a second. There's a way. There is. Let's see. Go to the online website. Say Party of Your Lifetime. Let's go to online. Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay, I get it. I get it. So each one of these is a number. Is it? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I did the thing with the hard drives, but I'll show it here in a second. Let me do this one real quick. Because this one I actually didn't do on my own. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay, I don't know how to do this one. Hold on. Okay, so this one is weird. Oh, I see. Okay, okay, I think I get it. Okay. You know what that is? That's Reese. So that's light. Okay, and now here's where I don't know that I'll be able to do that, but I can show you here. Essentially, by altering the light on the thing, what ends up happening is you get this image. This is Reese, by the way. And then this is another well, this is adenine. So this must have been how we got all the different genetic sequences. Wow, this is crazy. And let's see, who was Aaron? Aaron had mentioned about the hard drives. So I had already done it on my other one, but this one I have a private window. So I think these new, yeah, here we go. So you can actually go and repair these things. But what you have to do, it's really kind of strange. Again, this is another thing that, like, without some help, I wouldn't have personally got this one. So what you have to put in is essentially you have to put in a check disk and then each drive, and then basically for it to run and open, well, you'll see here. I don't know that you have to. Let's see. Oh, do I have to use the brackets? I can't remember what I did. What did I do wrong? I remember having trouble with this the first time I did it too. Oh. Do you need the brackets? I can't remember. Don't use the... I can't remember how they wanted to put this in. Hold on, let me look at it here. Oh, okay. No brackets. The space between. What am I doing wrong? Do I not need these? Ah, there we go. Okay. I got you. Okay, so see this? This is like the most important part of it for those who didn't see this. This is the crazy, again, amazing. So, cerulean is a blue. Ochre is like kind of a yellow. And I think this is kind of vermilion's red. So these are all tiny little pieces of planets, right? And so there's basically a blue planet, red planet, yellow planet, and essentially the last one, and I would not have gotten this one either. This is crazy. So, yeah, you have Earth, Venus, and Mars. And the last one... again, Argent. And that's Mercury. So this is where we got contact. And we did this last time, but I didn't actually show this. So I did want to kind of show it. But this was... darn it. This one. So, yes, and they were all grayscaled, so it was, it's kind of weird. Again, you got to give tons of credit to the people who were able to put this together. But it's very, like I said, super impressive. Super impressive. And I think we are really kind of getting to the end. It's amazing, you know. You don't really think about it this way, but like really, Warframe 1999 is probably what, a month away, month and change, if that. I mean, we're right there. So I'm actually really curious to see if we're gonna get a ton more. Again, we have, like I said, some of those. Looks like some of the different codes for each one of the hex. This is going to be probably one of the last things. Let's see. What do you got? Is there 6 others? 7 others. Right? No, 6. So you got fire, cold, or heat, cold. We got 4 and 4, right? Well, like I said, it's a good point. It's tough to say, I guess, when this thing's going to end, if you think about it this way. This thing's been compiling for a while, and it's weird when it says 11 days, and then I remember there was like 10,000 years remain or something like that. Oh, that's how you can get back and forth. That's pretty cool. I don't think there's anything that we haven't covered yet at this point. But definitely, I don't know. We'll see. Next week might be the last of these ARG streams if we come to the end. But if not, we'll keep going. You know, these are I love this. This is just amazing. Eyes are following us and everything else. Yeah, that's right, huh? There is... No, not that one. Not that one. This one. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? That's my mom. I figured you'd be up. We must end where we began. I'm doing great. I'm getting a bit tired. It's definitely it's getting to be the old man's bedtime here. I know it's not for you, but definitely for this one. I love you. Ah, yes, she does. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm a fantastic mom. I'm very fortunate. She certainly does. She certainly does that. And she likes to stay up super late. That's the best part. Wait, which one are you talking about? The dice, the guitar, and so on. That's exactly it. Oh, I guess we're gonna end up having to. We'll be able to get these too, huh? Let me see here. I think. Yeah, let's get back to that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. Huh. This looks like the devil, which obviously has some significant connotations. Hmm. Yeah, you're right. It's having a having supportive parents is a big deal. It really is. It helps out a lot. Um, I don't know what these images are yet. I haven't really gotten a chance to dig into this particular thing because this is actually the first time I've seen it going to it with you guys today. I don't know. What do you think? Chat, what do you think? What's with this? See, now this spreading of the signal thing, this is almost like, I don't know, almost cult like, if you will. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Wait, is this. What were the people's names on the thing? Oh, I was thinking this might have something to do with. They dictate the hex. Okay. Explain. I'm missing this one. Oh. So most people. Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. I just. I get that there's six of them, but the images don't really. Chat. Let me. Who would you? Yeah. Who would you associate each one? Like, who's this? See, I was actually thinking with this one, this would have been like this dead boy. Hmm. That's interesting. So it'll have to be something that we look into over the course of the week here. all kinds of like VHS stuff back here. Like, what's all this? They've got floppy disks. I'm like, I guess these are coffee. That's right. That's like a coffee cup. Oh, sorry. So we have in behind like these images, we have like there's like floppy disks. There's coffee cups on the side here, like underneath where it says must spread the signal to the left and below it. Here's another one. That's what that looks like. Okay, I could see the. I could see that. Okay. Yeah, the dice could be Quincy. Okay. What one would be like Letty? Is it like this one because she's like super cold? You know how she's like real. Oh yeah, maybe that. Okay. So that leaves this one is Arthur, right? Yeah, that's how I was thinking that Letty's the cold one. Okay. Now I will go back and. You mean on the second stream that we did? I'll go back and check it out. Yeah, I was gonna say that too, Tria. That Arthur always seems to be associated with saying something about the devil. So I suppose that might. And I only call this the devil. I mean, you got the horns, but also the little pitchfork helmet, or crown, if you will. That's interesting. Hmm. The stage is set, as it were, but the signal must be spread. I will share more details in a manner similarly encoded as my messages up to this point. Once you have the proper order, enter it here. This viral medium to carry the signal. So what are we saying? We're saying that Quincy is this one? Hold on. Let's give it a shot. All right, and then we're going to say this is Eleanor because she technically should have been dead. Did someone try this already? So this is like the next chain. It looks like Entrati wants us to put this together to complete the signal here, if you will. Oh, okay. I'll check that out, definitely. Your comment. I'll reply to it. Oh, so we can't do we really can't do anything yet. I wonder if I set it up now though. Come back to it. So wait, who's next? Maybe Eleanor's first. To here. To there. To there. To there. To there. Okay, my bad. Okay, let's do paste that. I think we've pretty much done everything that we got right now. But what is nice is we will be able to at least have one more stream. So we're saying Letty's next. And I don't even know, like it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's possible. Snowflake. So devil would be Arthur. Ant is Amir. And finally, Owie. It's crazy though. And nothing yet. Well, it's worth a try, if nothing else. Well, I think we've come to as far as we can here for this evening, everybody. I think we are going to get more than just the 6 proto frames. If you really think about it, they could do all of them. And actually, didn't a couple people already say that it looks like Saren is going to be in it? So I would assume that if there's even one more frame than the 6, then there'll probably be, is it T or U? Well, if there's more than one, I would assume that there will be probably a bunch of them. Maybe not all of them right away. They'll probably just, what they can put in, what they can make. But I would assume we'll probably end up getting a proto frame for every single one. I mean, why wouldn't we? So that's my thought process. But chat, did we miss anything? Does anybody know of anything that we didn't get a chance to do? So I don't know. There may be data to allude to the fact that Rusalka is going to end up being Saren. That's not confirmed in any way. I mean, that's exactly what it's perfect. I guarantee we're gonna probably get everybody. I can't see why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you make a Gemini skin for every single one? Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that it opens up a whole new avenue of being able to incorporate just lore without necessarily having to come up with a brand new frame, So it's a lot easier to write lore than it is to create a brand new Warframe. So if they come out with like a proto frame with new lore and stuff, they can really, that's really what Warframe 1999 is doing, right? It'd be cool if like Wukong was like an actual monkey, like the Monkey King. I think that'd be amazing. What would Revenant be? See that some of them maybe not. Like I could see Revenant not having a proto frame. But your traditional frames, yeah, I could definitely see it. Like there'll probably be a Loki one, and Ash, there'll probably be Proto-Frame Ash, and you know, like ones that there probably won't be a Proto-Frame would be like something like a Corvex Revenant. Maybe I would actually say Zaku wouldn't have one personally. Oh, is there anything good in the Out of Boundary in Hollvania? I think if nothing else, we definitely have the opportunity for like a whole new section. I mean, really think about it. Like you could 1999 could be its own thing, just like all the areas that Railjack has. You know, you could just, instead of making it like origin system wide, you could just have all kinds of different places on Earth. Oh yeah? Where exactly do you get out at, Heatbot? Yeah, Railjack's like the forgotten game mode right now. The first pipeline in the garage. Okay. Fair enough. What's wrong? I haven't. What's wrong with the Zerman servers? I haven't been. I haven't actually been out there in quite some time. Is it like remain or something? All right, now you got me interested in trying to figure out above the orange bike. White one. Where's the orange bike at? Is it in the back? It's a scooter. It's not that first one, right? This one? Or is it this one? I'll have to screw with this then. We gotta get out of there. First bike you see when you walk in the garage. Use a circle vent. Uh-oh. I thought for a second there it crashed out on me. Hey, Frank. Thank you. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get in there. There's some weird things happening. Alright, I'm not going to sit there and... I can't get out. It's doing some weird things though. Like I can't get it to. I can't get him to stand either. All right, I'm not gonna sit there and make you guys have to watch me do this over and over again. And let's be real. It is definitely past my bedtime. So, I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening. And I do want to apologize again for Saturday night. That was completely unprofessional, and I felt really bad about it. But, I could have sworn I set the thing for noon. I thought I checked it, but apparently not. So I do feel bad for misleading some people to believing that there was going to be a stream there Saturday night. But I did want to make it up like this today, especially for people that are in a different time zone that, you know, don't always get the chance to catch my streams, because usually my streams are in the morning. So, you know, I just want to thank you again for that. We will we'll have at least one more stream on the ARG next week. Whenever there's some more developments. And we have Dark Sector stream this week. And my video, I would say at the very latest, it'll be out on Friday. Oh, no. I enjoyed it. This is all good. I like I said, I wanted to give some of the people that don't normally get the chance to see a stream, you know, get the opportunity to do it. So, yeah, I know that Xbox skin is super sweet. But at any rate, like I said, thank you guys again. Appreciate you being here. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You can see how tired I am. Wonderful rest of your week if I don't talk to you beforehand. And I will see you either on the Dark Sector stream or in the premiere of the video. So, it's a pretty fun game, although I will say it's quite janky when it comes to the aiming on it. If you've watched my stream, you've watched me struggle with that. It's been quite the thing. So, at any rate, all right, everybody. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk at you in the next one. Bye.